Hey guys, welcome to Life in Denver. I am Joe. This is my business partner, Monique. Today we got a fun one, an informative one. We're going to be going over all the tips you need to know and just general info before coming out here to Denver. And also make sure you stick around to the end. We got a good tip as far as how you can get out of shoveling that driveway come wintertime. Definitely one you don't want to miss. All right, guys, so broadening out here for you on the weather topic, because that's a cool one, that's an important one, because one of the best things of being out here in Denver is we have 300 days of sunshine a year, so it's one of the most sunny areas you'll find. But what comes with that is it is a little bit sporadic, so just something to call out for you guys in terms of even in the wintertime, like when you would think, hey, it's cold here or whatever, it's not like other parts of the US where you're going to find 6 months of just gray skies and just like dreariness where it is always just cold. Even here in the winter, you do catch 60, 70 degree days with a lot of sunshine. So it's just something to call out because realistically, like you could wake up and it's 20, 30 degrees and you're freezing, you need a jacket. So keep a light jacket, but by midday, it could be 60, 70 and you're ready to just go enjoy life in a t-shirt. So it's just something to always stash in the car, but something you might not always need throughout the day.
Right. And one of the other things too about here in Colorado and in Denver in particularly is just the sporadicness in terms of morning weather versus evening weather versus when it rains, particularly in the summer.
Yes.
And in the summer,
summer.
sometimes you definitely have a beautiful morning and everything's going good. So you're planning on going to the pool while things happen, life happens, and you get to the pool around 1 or 2. In comes the thunderstorms, right? So we do tend to get afternoon thunderstorms, even though Colorado is more on the dry side. July in particular is one of our most rainy months. But you do want to make sure you're prepared and understand that, hey, like even though, you do have a chance for thunderstorms, they may come through and rain for 10 minutes and then on with the day, right? And the sun might come right back out. So just making sure that you're prepared and you have all the layers and prepare your day, as best you can to enjoy that outdoor living that everyone comes here for.
And it's not just the rain to consider too. So a great call out by Monique in the rain, but also what comes with the rain is hail, which is kind of unique to Colorado. Not that other states don't have it, but it's just not something that the 50 states have, right? So a lot of the time when you're coming here for the first time, it's something you probably haven't experienced before. So 2 call outs, make sure your auto insurance policy and your homeowner's insurance policy both account for hail damage, because that's a serious thing. Like as far as your home specifically, you'll notice there's a lot of just wear and tear on your roof. So roofs out here don't last as long. And as long as your insurance policy obviously covers that, you're in good shape. You might actually get a free roof replacement. So that's not the worst thing. But it'll also do damage to your car. So you'll notice like little dings on your hood. They can crack your windshield. My windshield is currently cracked from some hail, but I do have that coverage. So it's just something to call out. Make sure that's something you look into because it's not a big deal. It's just a big deal if you're not covered for it.
Right. And then the other thing, too, that I do want to mention is, we do tend to get snow later in going into summer, which is very interesting. And it's actually spring. We tend to get snow sometimes in mid-May to late May. And that's kind of one of the cool things about Colorado, too, is you'll see all the flowers coming through the tulips and you're like, hey, it's spring. And then Nature's like, just kidding. No, it's not. And we get kind of like that May snowstorm. And once we get that last May snowstorm, we know then to be prepared for like the hail that's going to be coming in the following months. So you definitely get a warning and you know exactly like kind of what to expect. But us Denver people, and when I say Denver people is people Denverites, right? What we tend to say is, hey, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes, it'll be all better.
Yeah, definitely great call outs there because it does change in a dime. But 2 more things to consider for you guys too in terms of just that seasonal weather that we get out here. So one thing, especially on like a new build, for example, where you get a front yard, you don't get a backyard in a lot of these houses, is when you go to lay sod on some of these houses, don't do it too early in the season because the weather could change in a dime. Winter rolls through. One last time, that snowstorm can kill your sod. So definitely something to just kind of, coordinate that with your landscaper, figure that stuff out. Just something to look in advance for. You don't want to get, too far along and then all of a sudden that you already spent all that money on is now, no good anymore. And the other thing too, just cycling back to the hiking too. So you want to make sure when you're planning these hikes, it could be June and some of these hikes are still covered in snow. So pro tip for you guys, jump on all trails. You can check out what are the conditions. It's usually up to date like that week. People would be telling you, hey, still covered in snow or hey, it's ready to go check out. So one more thing just to call out for you guys there as well. All right, so another call out for you guys too. Obviously, everyone comes here for the outdoor activities. That's a big one. Another thing a lot of people come out here for, they love their marijuana, man, and it's legal out here. So definitely something you can come out here, you can enjoy for sure. Obviously, you want to make sure you're just being respectful of everyone, but at the end of the day, like it is very, it's welcome. Nobody really gives you a problem with it. It's not like other states where it's like this hush-hush thing everyone shames you on. But what we will say is just in terms of like a quick tip, it's viewed the same way that alcohol is viewed out here. So in the same way you wouldn't go down the street, slugging a bottle of whiskey, you can't go down the street and smoke either. So it's one of those things that you can definitely do. You can definitely partake and enjoy in, but just do it kind of like, privately, out of sight, out of mind, to where you're not bothering anybody, you're not blowing smoke in someone's face. That way, you know, everyone can come out here, they can enjoy things, but it's not like it's an inhibition to anyone. All right, guys, so next thing to call out for you, it's the traffic. And again, you know, the traffic, it's not terrible out here, but it is something just to consider as you're planning, where do I want to move to? Can I deal with this commute on a daily basis? So to kind of put things into perspective, if it is going to be a 30-minute drive with no traffic, peak hours, peak traffic, that's probably going to be like 45 minutes. So call it a 50% jump in travel time. Nothing crazy. It's not going to double your commute, but it is just something worth calling out, because if you were planning on a 30-minute drive and all of a sudden you're stuck driving 45 minutes every day, maybe that's a little bit too much for you. So it's just something to consider. And again, guys, you know, as much as we love making these videos, we are licensed realtors too. So any questions you have, any planning you want to do with us, we're happy to look into this stuff for you guys, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you're happy with where you purchase. So that number popping up down below, we would love to help you out with any questions regarding travel time, what does the traffic look like, all that fun stuff. And another piece too to kind of layer in there is the public transportation. So if you don't want to be driving, right, make sure you're considering a suburb that has light rail access, which is our form of public transportation. It's a big rail system we have out here. And again, that's something we can tell you, hey, this suburb has it, this one doesn't. So it's something we just want to make sure we're planning as we are starting to look at homes for you guys and figuring out where is the right spot for you.
Hey guys, so as Joe was talking about the public transportation and the traffic and all of these type of cool things, right? One of the good things to notice is that Denver is super big on sports. And if you are looking to, you know, go to a sporting event, do be prepared that you do have the option to actually take the light rail or some type of public transportation to the big event. This will help save on traffic, especially if it's like a home opener game for the Denver Rockies. Please don't forget that you have the option.
Yeah, I got caught in that this year. It's a nightmare, man. Do not try to drive to that game. Take the light rail.
Yeah, you could definitely take the light rail and, you know, save yourself some time. You're not trying to find a lot to park in. You're not dealing with all the traffic, and you can actually enjoy, you know, refreshing beverages during the game and not worry about
dope beverages.
Yes, have some good drinks during the game and not have to worry about getting back home or any of that sort of thing. So really cool that option is available for like the Rockies. It's also available for the Broncos, you know, the Denver Nuggets. So a lot of options in terms of, you know, getting to where you need to be. But I would recommend you not drive, particularly because of the traffic.
Definitely agree. It's not only the traffic, it's, hey, am I going to catch a DUI, whatever, right? It's nice to just have that peace of mind. And like Monique was saying too, look at her looking out for the budget for you for once. It's just a lot cheaper that route, right? You can jump on the train, get back out. These games are like 40, 50 bucks to park a lot of the time. So it's just, it's easier, it's cheaper, it's an all around better solution for you guys. Highly, highly recommend. If you can access the light rail, that's a big win for coming sporting events.
All right, guys. And as much as Joe and I do love making these videos for you, we would also love to help you with any real estate needs you may have. Please feel free to contact us at the information that's showing up on your screen. Call, text, email. We are the ones answering all of those questions. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
That's right, guys. We'd love to hear from you anytime. But with that being said, we'll catch you in the next one.